Sometimes, a single moment can change an entire life. A memory, a word, or even a simple object can touch the heart so deeply that life feels incomplete without it. In the magical Valley of Fairies, such a moment was about to unfold. In a land shimmering with light and vibrant colors stood a magnificent crystal palace, home to King Zaryab and Queen Nayma, the beloved rulers of the Fairy Valley. Queen Nayma was not just beautiful, she was kind and gentle. She listened to her people, helped those in need, and wore a smile that brought comfort to everyone she met. Their only daughter, Princess Aliana, was the light of their lives. She was pure-hearted, loving, and breathtakingly beautiful. Her blue eyes sparkled like the sky. Her golden hair shone like the morning sun, and her heart was softer than moonlight. Everyone in the valley would say, Princess Aliana is the very soul of her parents' kingdom. But one day, dark clouds gathered over their happiness. Queen Nayma fell gravely ill. The kingdom's finest healers, magicians, and elder fairies tried everything they could, but her illness only grew worse. Aliana stayed by her mother's side, day and night, holding her hand and whispering, "Mother, you'll get better soon, won't you?" Queen Nayma would smile weakly and stroke her daughter's hair. "My dear child," she'd say, "if I am no longer here, promise me you will always keep love alive in your heart." One evening, as the sun set in a blaze of golden light, Queen Nayma called Aliana close. In her frail hands, she held a silken veil that glowed softly with magical light. She placed it gently on Aliana's shoulders and said, "This veil is the symbol of my love. Whenever you feel lonely, hold it close and know that I am with you, just as this veil wraps around you." Tears streamed down Aliana's face. "No, Mother, please don't leave me," she cried, but destiny had chosen otherwise. That night, under the silver moon, Queen Nayma took her final breath. The palace fell into a deep, sorrowful silence. Aliana wept endlessly, holding her mother close, as if her tears could somehow bring her back. Days turned into weeks. Princess Aliana stopped speaking. She would sit for hours, clutching that silk veil to her heart. Sometimes she would bury her face in it, inhaling its faint familiar scent. Other times, she'd lift it to the wind, imagining her mother's touch. King Zaryab watched his daughter, his heart aching with sorrow. He thought, "My daughter must learn to smile again." One morning, he approached her softly. "Daughter," he said, "go to the spring festival with your friends. Perhaps it will lighten your heart." After some hesitation, Aliana agreed. The festival was a burst of life, full of laughter, music, and the sweet scent of flowers. Fairies danced in brightly colored dresses, and the entire valley sparkled with joy. Aliana managed a faint smile as she joined her friends. Her mother's veil still draped carefully around her shoulders. She wandered to a quiet lakeside and sat down, watching the flowers float upon the water. Just then, a gentle breeze swept through, and the silk veil slipped from her shoulders. It floated up into the sky, higher and higher, drifting over the mountains. And then it was gone. "My mother's veil!" she cried softly, fresh tears rolling down her cheeks. Her heart felt as if it had broken all over again. Far away in another kingdom, Prince Arham was out, hunting in the forest. Suddenly, he saw something shimmering in the air. He stopped his horse, reached out his hand, and caught a glowing piece of silk. When he unfurled it, he was astonished. It was the softest, most beautiful veil he had ever seen, glowing with a faint magic and carrying a heavenly fragrance. "This must belong to someone pure and kind," he thought, feeling something stir deep within his heart. That night, he couldn't sleep, holding the veil close. He whispered to himself, "Whoever this belongs to, she must be the one my heart has been waiting for." Days turned into weeks, but the prince couldn't forget the mysterious veil. He issued a royal announcement: "Let every maiden in the kingdom come forth. Whoever proves this silk veil belongs to her shall be honored by the prince himself." But no one came forward who could claim it. His mother, Queen Zamra, grew worried. "My son," she advised, "don't lose yourself over a piece of cloth. It is time for you to marry and move on." Prince Arham just smiled gently. "Mother," he replied, "I will marry only the one whose heart this veil once touched." Time passed. One day, Queen Zamra decided to visit another kingdom, the land of King Zaryab. She was welcomed with great warmth. During dinner, Queen Zamra made her intentions known. "I have come with a proposal," she said, "for my son, Prince Arham, to marry your daughter, Princess Aliana." King Zaryab looked at Aliana lovingly. "My child, the choice is yours." Aliana hesitated, her heart still quiet and distant. But after a moment, she softly replied, "Father, I trust your decision." Soon, preparations began. The palace was once again filled with lights, flowers, and music. On the wedding night, Aliana entered her new chamber, glowing like the moon in her beautiful bridal dress. The room was filled with flowers and the soft flicker of candlelight. Then she saw it. On a small table lay a silk veil, shining gently. Her eyes widened. This is my mother's veil?" she gasped. Just then, the door opened. Prince Arham stepped in with a warm, kind smile. "This veil," he said softly, "is the sign of my love. I saw it flying through the sky and caught it that day. Since then, I've dreamed of the one it belongs to." Tears welled up in Aliana's eyes. "This veil was my mother's last gift. I lost it at the festival." The prince smiled tenderly. "Then fate itself has brought us together. This veil carries both your mother's love and our destiny." Aliana whispered, "My mother once said this veil would lead me to my true love." Prince Arham took her hand. "From now on," he said, "this veil will not stand between us, but will forever be the shade of our love." From that day on, Princess Aliana's eyes sparkled with life once more. She often visited her old palace, holding the silk veil close and whispering, "Mother, you filled my life with love again." King Zaryab would smile proudly and say, "My fairy has learned to shine once more." And so, the love story of Princess Aliana and Prince Arham became a legend, a love as soft, pure, and eternal as the silk veil that once carried a mother's blessing and a lover's promise, because true love is never truly lost. It always finds its way back, one way or another. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more tales from magical lands. We'll see you in the next video.